What's going on, Pokemon fam, YouTube fam? Hope you're having a great day today, guys. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about Japanese Pokemon and whether do I think it's a good investment to get into. So, if you guys have not, been around since the beginning of the year, everyone knows that Japanese fell off a cliff. Japan was still in a recession, but the collapse happened in the beginning of the year in 2024. We saw, if you guys get freaked out about English reprints with Paldea Evolved and stuff, you guys didn't see anything if you were not in the Japanese space. But we saw 40%, 50%, 60, 70% collapses, guys. Like I know 151 went from like peak high went from like 220, 235, something like that, all the way down to like $55, I think. Um, Same thing with Crimson Haze, same thing with, Clayburst, Booster Box, V-Star Universe, Shining Treasures collapsed a lot. I remember that box, I was selling a lot of those boxes last year. Um, those boxes were starting off at like 120, 115, and now you can get those boxes at like 40, and that there was a point where it was at $30. So crazy, man. It's crazy. But do I think there's an opportunity in the Japanese space as far as like investing? And I'll be honest, I am a little bullish, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain why. I am a little bullish about Japanese long term. I wasn't before, but now there's more popularity in it because now I get new inventory coming in all the time with my Pokemon business. Me reselling singles on eBay. I see way more Japanese singles now than ever before from all various different sets, by the way. And it's surprising because I think like 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, this wasn't really popular. And then we entered in 2023. 2023 was the banana zone for Japanese. Like you were able to flip anything Japanese and make a significant profit, even off of eBay. If you guys were not in the banana zone in 2023 for Japanese, you missed out because it was just insane. I made insane, flips off of eBay. I would make like $20 profits, $30 profits on some of these boxes sometimes, right off the rip. So that does not exist anymore. Good luck trying to make a profit, nowadays off of this stuff if you're trying to resell on eBay. But let me go ahead and just give you guys just my little analysis of what I think is going to happen long term. So let me go ahead and show you guys my desktop really quick. Let me move my screen over here. So let me just show you my eBay account. Uh, that way you guys can see where I'm coming from. So let's lower the screen. Awesome. You guys can see it. So this is my store. This is my Pokemon store off of eBay. As you guys can see, let me go ahead and just go from highest to, yeah, so highest. So this is my, I'm selling, this is my Dragonite V, by the way. Beautiful card. I actually picked that up not too long ago, maybe like a few days ago. Anyways, so you guys can see Crimson Haze. I raised it all the way up to $99. Now, it's nowhere near that price. Now, I didn't want to like take this booster box off of my store, but I knew when I raised it all the way up to $99, like no one's gonna buy it at $99. I wanted to just kind of just sit in my eBay store, but I started seeing Crimson Haze start rising in price pretty rapidly, and I had to just raise this price because I didn't want to sell it at $50, right? And I'm pretty sure this box was at one point 40, maybe $37. And now it's starting to recover. And now it's at like 50. Okay. So I raised that $99 or $100, right? Thinking, okay, there's probably some potential. Because I saw Crimson Haze going up. I see the Greninja EX becoming more popular. Like I have the Greninja right here for the Japanese. And then I started doing more research. Okay. So let's go ahead and show you guys this really quick. So in the search results, you guys can see for Japanese Pokemon, if you search that up on eBay, uh, there's 1.1 million search results for Japanese Pokemon. I wish I took a screenshot like 2.5 years ago because I searched this title, Japanese Pokemon, 2.5 years ago before I started selling Japanese at the time. And I'm not even kidding, guys. At one point, this was at 100,000. This number was at 100,000 2.5 years ago. And now it's at 1.1 million. So it's gaining popularity. Like this is not a coincidence why there's over 1.1 million, right? Um, and we can even go for like sold, I guess. We can see how much has sold in the whole year if I can find the tab. Maybe not. So funny. I've been on eBay for all these years, and it's still I don't know how to navigate the. Okay, here we go. Navigate the desktop version because I do everything off of my phone. So right here for solds, like 360,000 plus have sold in Japanese. That's crazy. That's insane. So that means there's something there. Okay. So that is extremely well. Now let's look at the markets as far as like, some of these boxes. So 151 booster box, in my opinion, is the most popular Japanese set right now. And just in my own honest opinion. I would say this box is going to do well long term. But let's look at the data really quick. So let me just zoom in. I don't know if you guys can see it really quick. But let's go ahead and zoom in on these charts. So right up here was like this is the banana zone. Like, like look at the banana zone, man. Like back in 2023, these numbers, you guys see these numbers for this booster box? It was just stupid. It was so stupid. I was in like disbelief. So about 240 was the peak high for this booster box in the beginning of the year. And then all of a sudden, boom. And everyone's going to say it was the reprint that did this. It was not the reprint. It was a combination of the reprint a little bit because if Japan did not go into recession, I think the reprint probably would have came all the way down to maybe like 120, I would say, like a 50% correction, which is a healthy correction when it's this high, right? But with the Japanese yen collapsing, right? And the economy in Japan going into recession, we saw it go all the way down to about $60, which is like the peak low, I would say. Um, or I guess you can say the bottom. Um, so now we're seeing a recovery. Now we're seeing a recovery, a drastic recovery. If you bought this booster box in the middle of summer around $60 and you are sitting on it right now, you've pretty much almost doubled your money in 3 months. So right now the market price for 151 right now is at $104. So there could be something there. Like it could definitely come all the way back up to this peak high in the next, where is it at? Okay, that's right here. Probably, I would say maybe in the next year or so, year and a half. So that's the first one. Let's look at V-Star Universe. V-Star Universe is actually a specialty set. I actually have little faith in like specialty sets, but V-Star Universe is actually recovering. So its peak high was about $109 in the beginning of the year. Collapse, boom, 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 all the way down to about $60. Now we're seeing a little bit of a recovery. Now it's at $80 now. It's went from 60 at the low, right? About 60 to now it's climbing back up to $80. Okay, that's where it's at. $79. So it's recovering. That's a pretty good recovery, right? Let's look at another one. We'll look at Crimson Haze. Crimson Haze is, I think, in my opinion, is going to be potentially like another Evolving Skies, right? Because of this Greninja. I could be wrong, but I think it's a good time to get in on Crimson Haze, in my opinion. I might, buy way more boxes because I have the Japanese connections in Japan. I still have my suppliers and everything. So yeah, again, February, the box collapsed all the way down, collapsed to about $44. About $42 is where it I think it went down to its lowest. I think 41 is the lowest. Yeah, so about 41 is going to be the lowest. And it climbed all the way back up, all the way to 65. And then it corrected back down to like 50. Yeah, $50. Okay, so, this thing wants to go up. Like it went all the way up at one point to 67, but came all the way back down. Now, Japanese is very volatile. Like you guys see this right here, this price action. That's a lot of volatility, right? So it's up and down, up and down, up and down. It's deciding like what it wants to do. But I think eventually this will stabilize and eventually it will start climbing back up parabolically, right? So that's Crimson Haze. There's a bunch of examples, guys. So I'm not going to really show you everything. But this is just my opinion. Let me go ahead and put my screen up here. So, just to conclude, do I think Japanese has potential as far as investing? It's not financial advice, but I think it could. I think there's potential there. I think there's potential to make a decent ROI. Uh, Japanese is a lot cheaper to get a hold of. You can buy way more boxes, and as compared to English, English is around $100 on average for a booster box. Whereas like now, like the average booster box right now you can get is like maybe besides like 151, like 45 to $50 now at this point. So yeah, could be something there. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Japanese has the potential to be a decent investment? Let me know in the comment section. I'm just speculating at the end of the day. So I don't know. Let me know. I'm interested. Talk to you guys soon. I'll have a great rest of your day. See you soon, guys.